Possible Spanish and Mexican roots in northern Samar, a family story and Philippine history. When I look at my maid, many people notice the same thing. She is tall, about 172 centimeters. She has sharp features, light skin, and looks like a Spanish mestiza. Her brothers and sisters look similar. Her grandfather even spoke Spanish. Their family lives in Catarman, northern Samar. Their family name sounds like Aguilar, and their relatives use the name Aguinaldo. So the question naturally comes to mind, could this family have Spanish or European roots? And how did Spanish, Mexican, and other Europeans come to the Philippines in the first place? This story explores that possibility through history. The Philippines before Spain. Before the Spanish arrived, the Philippines already had advanced communities. People traded with China, Japan, and Southeast Asia. Filipinos were sailors, farmers, warriors, and merchants. But in 1521, everything changed. The Spanish arrival. Ferdinand Magellan arrived in the Philippines under the Spanish crown. Although Magellan died in Cebu, Spain later claimed the islands. By 1565, Spain fully colonized the Philippines. For more than 333 years, Spain ruled the country. And Spain did not rule alone. The Mexico-Philippines connection. This part is very important, and many people don't know this. For most of the Spanish period, the Philippines was governed from Mexico, not directly from Spain. Mexico was called New Spain. From 1565 to 1815, Spanish ships called Manila Acapulco galleons traveled across the Pacific Ocean. These ships carried Spanish soldiers, Mexican soldiers, sailors, priests, administrators, traders, artisans, and sometimes families. So when we say Spanish blood in the Philippines, it often also includes Mexican and Latin American ancestry. Who came to the Philippines? Many types of Europeans and Latin Americans came. Spanish soldiers, sent to protect Spanish interests and fight pirates. Mexican soldiers. Many soldiers stationed in the Philippines were actually from Mexico. Catholic priests and missionaries. They spread Christianity and Spanish language. Government officials, to collect taxes and administer towns. Traders and craftsmen, especially in ports like Manila, Cebu, and Samar. Some of them married local women. Their children became mestizas. Principalia families, local leaders. Why Samar? Northern Samar was important because it was a coastal province. It had trade routes. It was a resting point for ships. It had churches and missions. Spanish missionaries and soldiers traveled through Samar. Some stayed, some married locals, some had children who carried Spanish surnames. Spanish surnames in the Philippines. In 1849, Governor-General Narciso Claveria ordered Filipinos to adopt Spanish surnames. This explains why names like Aguilar, Aguinaldo, Garcia, Santos, Reyes are common today. But here is the key point. Some families already had Spanish blood before 1849. Those families often look more European, spoke Spanish at home, had higher education, became teachers, officials, or landowners. The name Aguinaldo. The name Aguinaldo is famous because of Emilio Aguinaldo, the first Philippine president. The name comes from Spanish and means gift or bonus. Families with this name often trace back to Spanish soldiers, local leaders under Spain, or early mestizo families. If a grandfather of my maid spoke Spanish fluently, that is a very strong clue of Spanish heritage or elite education. Physical features and genetics. Height, facial structure, and skin tone can be influenced by Spanish ancestry. Mexican ancestry. Mixed European blood. Tall height like 172 centimeters for a Filipina is uncommon but not impossible, and more common among families with European genetics. But genetics can also travel quietly through generations. Life after Spain. When Spain left in 1898, Spanish-speaking families slowly shifted to English, Filipino, local dialects. But the bloodline remained. Some families kept Spanish traditions, Catholic faith, education, work ethic, European features. So, is this family Spanish? We cannot say with certainty without DNA tests or documents. But historically speaking, it is completely possible, and even likely, that families in northern Samar with Spanish surnames, Spanish-speaking elders, and European features have Spanish or Mexican ancestors. This is not unusual. This is Philippine history. The Philippines is a global story. The Philippines is not just Asian. It is Asian, Spanish, Mexican, European, Chinese, Malay, all mixed together. That is what makes Filipinos unique. Final message. This story is not about claiming superiority. It is about understanding where we came from. Every Filipino family has a story. Some written, some forgotten, some waiting to be rediscovered. Maybe one day, through DNA or old church records, this family from Catarman, northern Samar, will uncover the full story of their past. Until then, history gives us strong clues. YouTube closing. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this story about Philippine history and ancestry, please like, subscribe, and share.